hear that a lot. It is legal. Now, whether those that have owned properties feel some kind of way because there's a level of competition and they can compete, other people can compete with it, say that. But in terms of the legal, it is legal. The contracts say it. And if the contract doesn't say it, we make sure the contract does, in terms of whether we implement addendums, we speak with them. I can tell you, I've had my attorney and everyone look at my contracts as well while I'm in negotiations with different, whether it be investors or owners or property management company. It's completely legal to sublease. Now, there's certain states that may put regulations in place that we've been seeing in certain areas. But even with that, with those regulations in place, people still have the ability to do it and to sublease. Because really that transaction is between landlord tenant or owner with that person you're doing it with. And so if there's an agreement between those two parties, and you have a contract that says that, at that point that becomes legal, the binding contract, there's nothing wrong with that. But again, in terms of all of the legalities of it, I'm not going to be the one to argue that, but I know for sure it is definitely a legitimate business. Yeah, you get people that are concerned about that and worried about that, but you'll be surprised. The only thing that you have to make sure of is that when you are competing and you're doing it in states that have regulations, most of those regulations only require you to pay in a different tax bracket. Now, when you start avoiding that, that's a different story. But if you're coming in saying, hey, you're operating like a hotel, most hotels typically have an 11% tax. We want to place a tax on your ability to be able to do that, then that's fine. But don't tell me it's illegal because you haven't figured out a way to either regulate it or I'm competing with you in some form or fashion. So yeah, that would be my kind of course, all of this is my opinion. But definitely, we haven't seen any indications that says this is something that's illegal.